喂，各位谷友好啊！我係阿登勤啊。而家咧，我哋嚟到澳門奢侈品同埋影音展嘅。而家我哋嚟到咧 BMC Audio 嘅展室門口啊！一陣間咧，我哋就會揾佢哋嘅設計師同老闆Carlos 咧，就接受我哋訪問嘅。今日好高興咧，就嚟到澳門展覽啦，就請到呢個 BMC 嘅設計師啊，同埋老闆咧Carlos 接受我哋訪問嘅。Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much. I'm
It's our
happy to be
pleasure
here.
to have your interview with MU.
Well, it's my pleasure and my honor.
So I would like to ask, can you introduce a brief history about BMC?
A brief history for us is a little bit hard because we have a long history.
Yeah.
BMC as a brand itself is relatively new. It's founded in 2009, but our complete operation is more than that. And we are founded in 1986, having brands before in Germany and supporting a lot of famous brands around the world with technology and also with manufacturing. So BMC comes out of a long experience and history of high-end audio, meanwhile 31 years. And our strongest side is always that we are quite on the front for really new technical approaches for top level engineering, and specifically engineering that helps improving the sound quality, not just features, for example. No? And BMC since 2009 is now the own brand of all our operation. We are our headquarters in Berlin, Germany. This is where the original company also has been founded in 1986 and where I was born. And BMC produces and designs everything starting from the sources, our quite famous belt drive CD players, our media servers that actually cover everything, the best audiophile playback, video playback on highest resolutions, file servers, everything single units. We do digital analog converters and digital analog converter design since 1984 even started, and with the company founding, this was one of the first businesses. External digital analog converters, we might have been the first brand in high-end audio business to have that in 1991 already. And well, then it continues with our amplification, which we have maybe the last and biggest breakthrough in analog circuitry, our low defect free amplifiers, which works very, very different to any other amplifier on the market with overwhelming advantages. You know? So what we can tell is that in BMC you won't find any standard item. We strongly believe that in audio engineering there's still a lot of space to go until the day you can't distinguish a playback from a realistic performance. We are also engaged in the speaker design since long time. As a matter of fact, since we founded the original company, we already dealt with speakers and speaker driver design as well. What you see here beside, we do new materials for cabinets and ceramic castings. We have very sophisticated drivers like the strongest driven ANTs, new materials for cones, new motor drives. We just broke the world record for the force factors by factor 2. You know? So our strong point is really delivering solutions for better sound. And we believe that BMC stands for Balanced Music Concept. We believe that you need certain virtues in a perfect balance to make a brand and a product strong and interesting. The first is, of course, a top-level engineering so that you have the base for a top product. The second, which is in high-end audio industry not so often to see, is a professional production engineering. How to make those things, which processes to apply to make the best possible quality, also without burning money. Because it's always good if the product at the end is for people and not for the ivory tower. The third is a worldwide access to the best parts and materials, and if they don't exist, we make them. Like we make special capacitors, We make special switches because they simply are not on the free markets. No? And the fourth is also a special concept about our distributions and trades. At the end, also to ensure a top-level price-performance relation. If you keep all these four virtues in a good balance, I believe you have a very attractive brand, strong products.
Okay. What's the BMC's basic concept? What do BMC want to bring to the audience?
Of course, first of all, more realistic listening. We love music, it's part of our culture. We talk so much a lot about distortion factors, engineering, whatever, but as a matter of fact, the question is also how much the reproduction really evolved in the last 20, maybe 30 years. No? I believe that we presented quite a lot of breakthroughs here, and breakthroughs which are still relatively affordable. High-end can't be cheap. Sometimes, you know, when customers ask us, I tell them, you know, walk down the street for 50 meters. Take the difference from the cheapest to the most expensive car you saw in this 50 meters. And you will be able, with this difference, to afford a good audio system. I'm sure about that. If this is your love, you can put in your, let's say, your priority into it. So we want to bring people music enjoyment in beautiful things to live with that are also fun to have that, and something that is still achievable.
Oh, that's a good news for all those hi-fi fans.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's say all-in-one or CAS right now is really a new trend, right, for the hi-fi business. Will BMC starting doing the all-in-one system or?
All-in-ones, the customers of the high-end audio are changing. They are actually splitting. There's the traditional high-end audio audience that comes from the component business, 1980s, 1990s, some people even earlier. This is also a little bit the playing around with that. We already introduced synergy effects between components when you use them with different and new standards. If you combine a BMC amplifier with a BMC DAC, you can also let them operate in a different operation mode, and they perform much better with the same hardware. All-in-one systems are interesting for a new style of customers which we see more. These are people that simply love music, but let's say, you would say they are coming originally from lifestyle, but now asking for more, for better. And well, I believe that this trend is a quite valid trend, and of course, all-in-one, including, for example, power amplification, I disagree that. This is, of course, possible now due to cheap and simple digital amplification. We rather go then the way we are already merging high-end audio and AV, which we can do with single units, and by also routing audio to one path and the video to another one, and then do the power-free part in one unit. I think this is reasonable for the future, and combine this more with intelligent active speakers. Yes, this is a valid trend, and right now we have to serve both style of customers, of course. Okay,
from my understanding, PMC has their own manufacturing plant in China and in Germany too, right?
Yes. We splitted that. We have this operation, our own operation in China since long time. We use that for OEM and for our entry-level series where we need also mass production, means where we need a production process which is on a production line. And it makes sense, and it is better than going to an expensive, high industrialized country where you cannot put this process. But if we talk about the high-end audio series, where you do sometimes one by one, for speakers where every customer requests a different surface, for example, individual surfaces, then the requirements for the assembly is different. And you rather need one master for assembling that. Of course, the parts are coming worldwide. But the assembly needs then a certain mastership, and has to be also where the, let's say, where where the head is, where the engineering people are. And that's why we do the top series of BMC in Germany. And the same is true also for the speakers. We don't have very cheap speakers that require a manufacturing production line process. We don't have that. And this splitting works very, very well. Because this way we have still keeping a global supply chain from really everywhere, while having still some quantities on one side. And we still have and we also have the exclusive manufacturing, where Germany is really a good place, where you find masters for everything, for spray paintings, for also assembly with technical understanding and high level of, let's say, pre-education as well. No? So this is our idea of approaching our brand.
That means for all the entry products made in China and all those high-end products, or let's say more
Yes,
expensive ones are made in
but you should be
Germany.
sometimes even proud of this, because we as a German company went to China to apply a high-level product. We were one of the few companies that always just did, let's call it entry-level high-end. No? And this we could do very well in this operation. It is all right, and we kept the best standards for Japanese and German markets were our strongest. These are the hardest markets on the world. So it can't be bad. But from the production process, it doesn't match to the factory we have in China. So we splitted this off, the whole top line, and it works this way much better. Since also, for example, myself and the engineering team around me, we are now all located in Berlin. So for complex products, it's better to do there.
Okay. Understand. Okay. So thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for the
Hope to
interview.
see you next time.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.